Hello guys and welcome, it's ThatSrb2DUDE. Now this is just a short debrief of what this video is about basically. So I was streaming, I think the stream was about 2 weeks ago, and we were having somewhat of a conversation about, the argument of, is Detached Joycons an optimal way to actually play Splatoon at a high level or just to play it well in general? Now, I took it upon myself to, go ahead and explain why I personally don't think that detached Joy-Cons are actually optimal in any way. I don't think they are. I feel like it's a thing where it just takes a lot more effort into actually trying to do things smoothly, trying to keep your aim consistent. And I just generally feel like if you do play in this way, you're just giving yourself somewhat of a handicap when playing this game. Now, obviously, this is my opinion, and that's just what I think. And in this video, you will hear that quite a bunch. And also in this video, you're going to see me, as an example, going ahead using detached Joy-Cons in 2 different ways, and also using gripped Joy-Cons, just to show you the difference of how a player, at my level, would be playing the same game, using the same controls, and, all that type of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do play detached Joy-Cons, this is not me saying don't play it if you're just, playing casually. In fact, if you play casually and you're using detached Joy-Cons, honestly, I don't really care. I'm just saying if it's a thing where you want to actually excel in playing Splatoon, then I'm just going to say it's not worth playing detached Joy-Cons, and it's probably pretty much a detriment for you to actually play well and all that. So, with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I shall see you around. Is it possible to play with detached Joy-Cons at tournament, or do they not allow it? They'll probably allow it, because you can play wireless controller, so it wouldn't be too much of an issue. But in general, if you're trying to play at a competitive level, I wouldn't recommend it, playing detached Joy-Cons. It's nothing about Pro Controller being better than Joy-Cons, like, all personal preference in my opinion, but like, in terms of having your Joy-Cons detached and away from each other, I feel like you just in general have a lot less control, especially when it comes to using motion controls and, actually aiming properly and more precisely. It's not that because we just learned, it's just because when you're holding something in your right hand and your hand is floating in the air and just constantly moving, it's not a thing like how you're holding a controller where you just hold it still. Like, you're most likely gonna move your hand really awkwardly a bunch in the air. Like, when people say it emulates having, like, the same thing as, like, the Wii Remote, it's really not. Because with the Wii Remote, you're aiming it at a sensor, but with a Joy-Con, you're not aiming at anything. You're just holding it. And the motion is just reacting to what's happening there. And it's literally not the same experience, So whoever's told you that, hey, it's the same as a Wii Remote, really isn't. Because, when you camera reset and you're aiming up in the air, it's a little bit... It's not the same, because you see, if you're aiming up like this, it's not like your aim just stops moving. Because if it did, it would work a lot better, but it doesn't. It'll continue to move, and then you'll be like, whoop, and then you're looking down, you press reset, and you're doing all this again and all this, and you're gonna feel all awkward and all that. So that's why basically I just don't recommend it. Because there's just a lot to it that's just really, really unnecessary in order for you to even play the game properly. Also, I have clamps. I think that's the case too. Like, you make it harder for yourself to, like, have control on turning the stick and also using the motion at the same time. I could literally do one game for you. You know what? I'm gonna do one game for you guys, just so I can tell you guys what I'm experiencing right now. And it's probably gonna be the things I just described. Alright, so this game, we're gonna play detached Joy-Cons. I have my Joy-Cons right in front of me, and it's gonna feel extremely weird. I'm probably gonna do this thing where I'm gonna hold it I'm probably gonna hold it the same if it was within the grips, because that's just what I'm used to. But like, I know for sure people who play detached Joy-Cons probably do this, or this, or this, or whatever. You probably don't hold it like it's this. I know for sure people probably do this as well. Right at the TV. Joy-Cons or sticks. What? This is gonna feel awkward. But I'm probably gonna hold it the same way. I feel so awkward, dude. I don't know if I got him or not. Oh my god. I really like my problem right now is that I'm having a really hard time with like keeping things still. You probably noticed like everything's really like jerky too. Instead of smooth. Dude, I'm playing with Detached Joycons. I'm not. The last thing I'm thinking right now is beacons. Kinda just had to like wave my aim around and hope for the best with that one. I just can't keep things still, dude. It's like hard to see things. I'm gonna push the tower, or push whatever's here. Trying to keep it still, dude. It's so hard. I'm like really trying to like focus. Otherwise I'm gonna like mess things up. Come on, dude. This is so shaky. That's what I'm saying. And I'm barely even moving my arm, honestly. Oh god. Come on. I got 2 kills, let's go. But that was literally about it, dude. Like, my problem is, like, even though I'm barely even moving my arm, the thing is shaking everywhere. The thing is just shaking everywhere, and like, let's try with you know, Joy-Cons detached, or not detached, but attached. And I'm pretty sure the gameplay will be a little bit different. Will be much different. So let's do this. Let's just see what happens. I was playing with detached Joy-Cons there, if you didn't realize. But now I'm gonna be playing with Joy-Cons attached, just to see how it is. You probably noticed that even though it's like I'm still playing with Joy-Cons and it's attached, it's probably gonna be a lot more smoother, you know. And you can see straight away, like it's like still using Joy-Cons, but it's so much more controlled, you know. I've got so much more control over my aim. The gameplay is a lot smoother, and I'm moving my arm literally the same amount. I can see things a lot better. Feels like I have, you know, a brain. Just trying to survive here. Oh god. Easy. And this is also the thing why I was saying, you know, it really doesn't really matter if you're using Joy-Cons or Pro Controller, like, you can do literally just as good as both. It's just different buttons and, you know, it's just the way you control it. Okay, back up. Oh, I ran out of ink. Take it. Oh, I'm okay. You know what the interesting thing also, guys, is that There are a couple times, like, even, like, my Joy-Cons kind of, like, desyncing because there's, like, a little bit of interference. So I feel like there's a little bit of interference, but I'm still able to actually, like, control the thing pretty well. It's not that it uses more motion. They use the same amount, but you just have a lot more control if you're holding the Joy-Cons on a grip. Why it's called a grip. You know? Nice. Okay, I'm backing up all the way. Well, we actually won. So there you go. I just feel like Detached doesn't work, because even when you're holding it, you're moving it so much, you know? When you play Detached, you rest your elbows on your knees. Bad posture. Okay. Let me try that. I'm going to try this. I'm going to rest my elbows on my... Wait, rest your elbows on your knees. Okay, so we're going to have to do this a little bit different, guys. We're going to have to get rid of the chair. I might have to play this without sound, you know? Actually, you know, we're gonna do that. Okay, so we're gonna play this without sound. Since there's literally a chair behind me, we're going to do this. Actually, let me up the levels here. Because we can try everything out. Actually, no. I got sound right here. Alright? So this is what we're gonna do. So like this, yeah? I'm sitting cross-legged and my elbows are on my knees now. So let's do it. We're doing it. Just because I can. Your feet are on the floor. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Elbows are on knees. Okay. I see what you mean here, actually. It's a lot less, jagged. I still feel that way, though. I can control it a lot better, at least. Okay, we lost that one. Oh, we did it. Pro gamer stance, you know what I'm saying, dude. Okay. That was a little awkward. Can't get it. I'm gonna die here. Oh my gosh. Ah! Heck, man. Okay. I feel like I have more control of how I was controlling it feels still like it's kind of all over the place still. But I can definitely see that it's definitely, you're able to aim it a little better. I still wouldn't recommend this, honestly, because, I mean, if you're trying to play the best, I think you'd want to have this most smoothest type of gameplay possible, but, you know, just what I would recommend. There's just a lot of things where I feel like I could aim, like, if I knew, I mean, I knew that the Sasha was there, but it wasn't, like, I couldn't, like, do the same sort of movement in order for me to actually adjust my aim to make sure that I can go ahead and challenge him at least, or put shots into him. Even if I still did die, you know, I could at least get something into him. I put a beacon down, why? I'm alive, and I'm dead now. Hey man, this is a science experiment. You have to appreciate the science that's going down here. Some people just don't understand, right? Oh my god, I'm a god! Let's go, dude! I played like this. And I got that. But yeah, that was definitely better. I can agree with that. Like, you have more control over for how I was playing. I still wouldn't recommend it because it's kind of awkward. If you're playing competitively, you know, you'd probably want to do. You'd probably want to have. You'd probably want to have it on a grip. I'll always just say grip is better, basically. Thanks for trying that, dude. I want to try a Switch Pro after that, but after 2,000 hours, you can't. Oh, that's not bad, dude. It's all good. Yeah, I still agree. Using the grip or Pro Controller is probably the best way of playing because you overall just have the most control over your aim when it comes to motion. It probably wouldn't matter too much if you're using sticks, but if you're using sticks, you probably want to move to motion anyway, so it doesn't really matter in that case. If you're using detached Joy-Cons, you probably still want to, if you can learn how to like transition to it, you'll probably have a better experience. That's just my opinion, and that's just how I see it. You know, you don't have to agree, but I'm always open to see how other things work too. So yeah, I appreciate the 100 bits.